YouTube, what is up? It is Brody. I am back at it. It has been a minute. This year, I've started and finished 2 full-length albums, one for the artist demxntia, another for the artist Scarlet, which are now both finished. Handful of EPs, some mixing, mastering, some singles for people. So I've been really outfitting my studio. I'm sure you can see a lot of new amps on the wall here. I'll show a new video here soon, rundown of everything, because what is out of frame is a whole lot of new sound treatment, some new monitors, all kinds of big changes. A week from now too, I'm also going with demxntia to China for 2 weeks to do a writing camp. Really, I'm so grateful for this channel, and even at its small beginning stages, it has really done so much for me. Things have really started to go into full swing this year. Doing all of that, I'm getting married here soon. It's been crazy, but I really didn't want to half-ass a video for you guys. I wanted to wait for the time to be right, wait for the next wave of inspiration for me to really give you guys an update. And that's where this video comes in. I just finished working on this mix for this awesome Taiwanese band Dazelive. Kind of modern metal, Loathe, Sachi 6, Sleep Token kind of vibes. Amazing songwriters, great singer. I love how this turned out. And in my absence, I have made quite a bit of changes to my mixing workflow for modern metal. So I thought this would be a good video to kind of go through, show what is new, show what I've learned, and just kind of get back at it. All that yapping aside, let's get back to it. Let's go back to the meat and potatoes of this channel. Let's go through a mix breakdown. I'm going to kind of scrub through the song and then go piece by piece about what all is happening. Sounds like this. Nice brutal breakdown following this. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Very big, very atmospheric, on the shoegazy, post-rocky, spacey side of modern metal. So huge textures, big soaring vocals, but really crushingly heavy, low tune guitars. So we'll start off with drums. I really wanted something that was just very in your face, aggressive, compressed, machine gun, just hitting you kind of sound. And I think they sound pretty brutal. We have our kick. Pretty simple, pretty typical. But anyways, there were some kind of inconsistencies with the dynamics of the kick drum. Some are quieter, some are louder, which is totally fine. But for this song, I didn't want that. So I took a distressor, 3-to-1 ratio, slow attack, fast release to keep it transient, but really level everything. Just to make it hit a little bit harder. Some Aphex Vintage Exciter to add some click on top. Some Pro Multiband Fab Filter just to make the click and then the thump be consistent throughout. Then we hit our snare drum. We have this main snare that they'd sent me, hitting through 1176. SSL channel for some EQ. A little bit of shaping, a little more of the 200 hertz kind of punch. And then again, the same vibe of the distressor, just to get some more character without it. With it, I just wanted a lot of sustain. I wanted a psh kind of snare hit, and that's what got us there. I also have a drum verb that's being sent. Kind of quiet, but just giving some room to that. I duplicated the snare track and ran a trigger. So I'm doing Steven Slate trigger. It's from Invasion, Get Good Drums, snare. Just to get that real classic modern metal, big, wide room kind of sound. Doing a little bit of EQing here as well, but nothing crazy. With those layered together, especially since I didn't have a snare bottom mic, I wanted some more brightness. So that really adds a lot. Brightness, attack, energy, all of that. Hi-hats, nothing. I had some processing on it, wound up taking it out. Toms, what's going on here? Just some multi-band compression. I didn't want there to be like a big low-end build-up, so I cut that. I try to go as minimal on my drums as possible per track. Even though like I am pretty heavy-handed and these drums are processed sounding, I like to do a more top-down approach. So you'll see the majority of my sound is coming from the drum bus as a whole. And the drum sounds were good, so I didn't want to do too much per sound. We then have overheads. There's just kind of softening, some soothe, some distressor. The distressor for me was a great drum compressor for this whole kit. I feel like it just gave me the vibe of like nice saturation if I wanted. The possibility to be really fast with my attack and release. So here I got a slower attack, fast release to like kind of make everything sustain, but have the transients still intact. That way it's not just a wash. You still hear the individual cymbal hits. Just kind of bringing it up a little bit. Using Drumforge Clarify, kind of similar to Soothe. Just kind of cutting some harsh high frequencies. And then we're kind of just bringing it a little bit back. After it's been like, after the harshness was kind of leveled, we're then bringing the brightness back up in a non-harsh way. Then on the room, 1176. Just adding sustain. Then we have a drum parallel bus. The whole drum kit's being sent to this bus, and it's just Fairchild, LA2A, really slammed the Fairchild, and then Decapitator. And I feel like that's where you get your like modern metal sound. Like that sounds like a record there. And you just slightly layer it in with the rest of the drums. So without it, very punchy, very direct. And that just brings so much life, so much energy. Honestly, I could even broaden it up further if I wanted to, but I think that does a ton. And then what really is doing the most is the drum bus. Turn it all off. And it just sounds, obviously it's a big volume jump, but I'm doing so much there. We have our multi-band. This was me just kind of taming, again, some more kick and snare. Things are starting to get a little bit subby, so I wanted to squash that. Some Soundtoys Radiator, just kind of softening the transients, doing some nice saturation. Spiff, I really enjoy as like a blend knob of how much punch I want overall. See, I have this at 6%, but what it does, it adds a ton of transients to the loudest bits, so mostly kick and snare. And I like to process my drum bus a lot. I like to do a lot of compression, we have Oxford Inflator kind of doing some like soft clipping-ish things. API 2500 as my main drum bus. Sustain energy. And then this just allows me to let my drums as a whole, pre that, hit the compressor a little harder. Spiff can be really helpful if you just need a little bit more or less punch. This is doing a lot. I'm doing Pultec, kind of doing a little smiley curve EQ thing, making the kick and snare hit a lot more. But what that does is it kind of does get rid of some mids. So I'm using FabFilter Saturn to bring some mids back. So without the two, overall more even, but now it's really punchy. It still retains that. It's just catching any rogue transients or buildups. And that is our drums. As usual, if you're enjoying this, please like and subscribe. It really goes a long way. It really helps out a ton. If you want to dive in deeper, I have a Patreon where you can download this Logic session and tons more and see my exact change, steal my sauce, go into very deep detail with everything that I'm kind of going over in this video today. And if you'd like to go even further, hit my email in the description below. If you would like to inquire about mixing and mastering, about production, about making a song with me, I've met so many great artists, including this one, including the last handful that I posted about on this channel, through this channel. So I don't know, we got a really, really great community here. So if you think that you'd like to join that, if you think that you would like to work with me, shoot me an email. Let's get started. Next, we got our bass guitar. It's real simple. Sounds like this. Really low-endy bass. We have two different sides going on. DI that I'm running through my chain. Some EQ, Ampeg SVT, more clean amp. LA2A for some compression. Saturn for a little bit of brightening on the top end, just kind of adding some flavor. Some shaping. It was taking up too much space here. Wanted that like stringy material, like sound here. Then lastly, radiator, great saturator. It can sound a little bit flubby on its own, but that's where the distorted layer comes in. And also it just sounds really great in the mix. Sometimes it might not sound entirely like crazy soloed, but then you plug it in the mix and it's exactly the sound you wanted. I just wanted very compressed, very like almost sine wave level, like zero dynamics in the sub bass, just like a constant. Then we have our bass here, which I reamped. This is the same bass DI running through, I want to say my 5150, because I reamped the guitars on the 5150. I think that's what was going on with this too. Boosting some mids to make that a little more clarity, like to make that have a little more clarity. Then a little bit of micro shift, just to kind of act as an ambience verb, make it sound like it's in a room. Then we got a bunch of processing on them together to glue them together. Another cut here just to add some space. LA3A, I like this as my bass compressor. It's like a faster LA2A. It's like not too fast and aggressive, but it feels a little bit more modern. Pro multiband. This is again making my sub frequencies as like level as possible. And then some of the clicks felt like they were too honky, so they're too clicky. So this is taming that. Our bass, add a hair more sub. Pultec, I love the Pultec EQ so much. I'm using it all the time. Just a slight, again, smile curve, a little brighter, a little bit more low end. Two instances of Soothe. This instance is, if you're familiar with my channel, you should know this. Sidechain of the drums. So it's targeting just the low end, so just the kick and the snare in the toms. Whenever they come in, it cuts out just that frequency in the bass. That way I'm sidechaining, I'm not overloading my signal, I'm leaving space for them both, but transparently. It doesn't sound like a ducking sidechain. It sounds like it's the same volume the whole time, but it's opening up a ton of space. From there, I'm just using another bit of Soothe. I felt like some of the low notes had some resonance going on, so this is just cutting any extra sub that was too much. While I was mixing, I just felt like the bass was a little too overwhelming. So between that and this, that covers our bass. From there, we hit our guitars, which I really like how these sound. I've been gathering amps over the past few months. I've always loved my PV VTM, but I also have now a 5150 block letter, orange rock reverb, my Marshall Lead 100 MOSFET I've always had, but then out of frame up here, I have a Vox AC30 in an orange 2x12 cab. I don't know, just giving me all the options that I could ask for. I feel like it gives me every gain stage, really, in terms of guitar tones. I have out of frame here as well. I really want to make a video about it. A KHE amp switcher, the 8x4. So it allows me to plug up to 8 heads and 4 cabinets into it. And it's perfect for A-Bing. Like I did that with this song. I dialed up a few different amp tones between my amps I was debating. And in real time could flick between them, see what fit the best. And I don't know, it's just really leveled up my production and my speed, and it's made my guitar wall feel as much like a neural DSP plugin as possible, which is so sick. In the modern times, it's nice to be able to dial up a tone that quickly. So yeah, after dialing through all of that, we realized that the 5150 with a boost was the tone that we wanted. It makes sense. Low tuned guitars, modern metal, tried and true. I feel like in the past, especially with a lot of my more grungy, new gaze, shoegazy stuff, I try to veer into more unique guitar chains as much as I can. But I feel like in a bell curve a way of like understanding tone, I've hit a point where I love that. But I've realized sometimes the tried and true is what you need. Sometimes you hear a song, you know what the guitar tone should be. And for me, it was the 5150 running through a boost, an overdrive. I used a Klon, the Seriatone Centura, which is like a Klon clone. And I really love those as boosts. A little more clarity, a little less of a mid-hump than you would get out of like a TS9. And the guitars, main rhythm guitars, sound like this. So really boosted, really upfront, really modern. So yeah, here's my guitar chain. I'll go mute everything, show it all. We'll be spiking with Soothe. A little more with an EQ. The Pro Multiband here, kind of gathering any palm mute buildups that I get. OTT, I love as a guitar compressor. Sidechain, I wanted to sidechain of the drums here, just to give a little bit of a pumping effect, a little bit of energy. I've really been enjoying the BX Digital Rainworks EQ for its mid-sides processing. I've been using this a lot if I feel like my guitars aren't wide enough. When I was listening to the full mix, I felt like the guitars sounded great. But in the full mix, it just like, I was comparing it to a few reference mixes and felt like for whatever reason, they weren't wide enough. I did use the same cab on both of them. It's the same amp head, so they were just similar tones. I wanted to add some more width to it. So all I did was I took the stereo width, boosted it from 100% to 129 here. On the stereo side of the EQ specifically, I just did a little bit of shaping here. It does a lot. Move to the heavy part here. So without it, and width, you just hear it appear in the sides. Obviously there's a volume difference. But the amount of clarity you get with that, without it competing with the vocals, because I was having an issue with previous versions of the mix that I was trying to make the guitars loud enough to be heard, but then they were fighting with the vocals. And this just it just helped us surround the vocals in a really nice, pleasing way. And yeah, that is guitars. From there, we go to all of our posts, all of our extra things. And there's a lot in this one. There's tons of ear candy. That's one thing that I love about working with Dazelive is all the ear candy. We got our sound effects, like siren sounds, nice risers and drops. Something that I'm always putting in my own production. And sometimes when I'm mixing for people, if they don't have transitions like this, I might add it in as well to make it hit harder. Like I felt like the chorus wasn't impactful enough. So I added this white noise drop. This is a sample of mine. It's really simple, but it really just makes that payoff. Like, you're getting a low end thump, but that is like complementing it in the high end and just making it feel like this big release when the chorus kicks in. So simple, but really adds a lot. We have on the heavy bits, this synth that is kind of acting as another guitar layer. Running it through Saturn to distort it. I'm shaping it with some EQ, running through Decapitator to just distort it some more, making it sound intense but like tamed still. Then we have these 3 piano parts that go along the song, and really a bunch of brightening because I needed clarity, and then LA2A and OTT. I wanted a nice intimate piano sound, and that's what was originally happening. But with how busy the song is, we really needed some high end and compression to make it cut. It's still pretty quiet, but it fits now. Then we have the orchestra layer, a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm not processing individually. I'm really just kind of letting them be. I'm adding some Valhalla vintage verb, like a concert hall at 30%. This kind of makes it sound from separate elements to they're all on stage together. Then we hit our split between instrumental and vocals. So that was the entire instrumental. It is all being routed to a bus here with an instance of soothe. Similar thing that I was doing with the bass and the kick drum, I am sidechaining the entire instrumental to the entirety of the vocals to just kind of carve in a little bit of space where it's needed. With it, and then without. Sounds generally the same, but the idea is it's a very dense song, and that just carves out a little more space for the vocals to sit in it. I don't want the vocals to be way on top of the mix. This lets me tuck it a little bit more while it's still being audible. Vocal-wise, pretty straightforward too. Main vocal chain is 1073 into 1176, LA2A, and a distressor. Slight brightening on the 1073. The 1176 and the LA2A aren't hitting it too hard, like 5 to 7 dB on the 1176, couple on the LA2A. Sounds really nice. And then kind of my secret weapon, really for this whole mix, was the distressor. I wanted this to just be a little more upfront, a little more in your face. So 2-to-1 ratio. I do this trick a lot. I'll do a 2-to-1 ratio. That way, it, even if I'm getting a lot of gain reduction, isn't compressing the signal too much. Like, there's still dynamics, but you get the energy of the compression a lot. Short attack and release, a little bit of distortion. I'll show you with it, without it, with it. It just takes it, puts it a little bit closer. You hear more of the like the intricacies of their voice. You hear a little more energy, a little more air. I love doing that. From there, de-essers, Apex Vintage Exciter to make things brighter. Some radiator for some saturation. Another staple of mine. I love that so much. A little bit of micro shift for some ambience, like with decapitator. More de-esser, Pultec EQ without. Just adds a little more to it, just a little more up front. And that's essentially the vocal chain, pretty much exact same vocal chain for all the harmonies, which is a double. This here is a double, some harmonies, and some width. I didn't use the distressor on these because I wanted them to be set back a little bit more, just like a little bit more naturally in the background. The screams really only happen on these transitions. The wide scream is processed pretty normally. And I got like a cool distortion on the center one. I believe that was printed. Yeah, I didn't add that distortion. That was just already there. Same chain as the main vocals, except instead of the distressor, I used the Joey Sturgis JST gain reduction. Just a great compressor for screams. I really love it. From there, we hit our vocal sends, which I did a lot of automating on. just depending per section, master of the vox send, like the whole vocal sends bus is going up or down. There's like sections like on a big dramatic pause, it all goes away. Get it all here. Really a lot of elongation. That pullback really adds a lot. So what we got here is plate reverb. It's longer, has some crystallizer before it on some of the more ambient bits. I think that was just a throw, actually. Just made it sustain and bloom a little bit more. We have a room verb that is pretty constant the whole time. Just makes the vocals sound like it's happening in a room. We have a delay bus that I have going on the whole time, but then I'll throw it. Using primal tap for that. And yeah, it's just adding some more movement, making it sound more alive. Then lastly, we got a bus with the space echo. I love this sound. I'm always using it. I have the echo panned hard left, reverb panned hard right, so we have this nice wide sound with a lot of cool texture. I have some throws of that as well. And with that, we hit our vocal all. Really just a SSL comp on the entirety of the vocals. Just gluing it together. Just that last bit of polish, really. And yeah, that is this song. That is the mix. That is Dark Cloud by Dazelive. I will link them below. Please check them out, give them a stream. Very underrated band, deserves a ton of love. But yeah, if you made it this far through the video, thank you again. Thank you so much. Thanks for sticking with me until I came back to YouTube. It really means a lot. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, check out my Patreon, hit me up if you'd like to work together. But yeah, it means a lot. I hope you enjoyed this song. Hope this was helpful. Any questions, let me know. And with that all being said, peace out.